CM Punk sucks, and so does this company. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling for your AEW 27th of April 2022 review. I would rather be doing anything than sitting here reviewing this, but unfortunately, got to do this crap. So let's go through the show. Was it good? Absolutely not. Was it decent? No. Was it okay? Average? No. Was it mediocre? No. Was it absolutely fucking terrible and worthy of tearing out your eyeballs? Yes. So yeah, with that said, let's get into it. Quite a few things on this show kind of made me sick, to be honest. I mean, throughout the show, entirety of the show, they're taking like shots at WWE, and it's fucking pathetic. I mean, Vince McMahon has never even acknowledged AEW, yet every time we've got an AEW show, you've got like 4 or 5 times during the 2 hours, they're bashing the WWE, you know, and they're mocking the WWE, and it's sad. It's, you know, it's pathetic. It's not edgy, you know, it's not tough. It's lame, you know. It's absolutely fucking lame. If you want to try and beat WWE, if you want to try and embarrass WWE, why don't you beat them in the ratings? Why don't you put on better shows? Why don't you overtake them in viewership and everything like that? And then maybe, just maybe, why don't you actually start making a profit first? Then maybe you can bash the WWE instead of, you know, losing millions every single year. I mean, just look at Vince McMahon and look at Tony Khan. You know, Vince McMahon, yeah, his dad did own the company, but he bought his dad out. He took over all the. It's not like he had a shitload of money and McMahon was just, you know, handed everything. McMahon built wrestling. He built the territories all into one. McMahon fucking made the WWE what it is today. He wasn't handed the WWE on a, you know, on a silver platter. When McMahon got the WWE, it was not thriving. You know what I mean? It was not doing great. You look at Tony Khan, he's just getting dished out daddy's money, and he's thrown it up the wall, shitted it up the wall. But here, I'm not here to talk about Tony Khan, here to talk about AEW. So with that said, let's get into the show. I'm not going to do this in order, because I don't really know what the fucking order was. Can't remember, but we'll kick off with Dax and Cash. And the title on AEW's YouTube page is Dash and Cash put on a 6-star classic. First of all, you would never get that in WWE. That WWE would never upload 2 people putting on a 6-star classic. To me, this is just pandering to Dave Meltzer and his fucking star system. And again, it's pathetic. And it wasn't 6-star match. Let's be real, guys. This was not a great match. It was a jobber tag team. 2 guys fucking out of shape, 2 guys that have never drawn a dime, 2 guys that aren't worth nothing. I mean, you can call them technicians. I'm just going to call them indie bums, right? That's exactly what they are. The bald one wins. I don't even fucking know who's who, but the bald guy wins with a roll-up. They've got like the Bret Hart trunks on, just kissing the ass of the fucking Hart Foundation. And it's no surprise that Bret Hart is this guy's favourite wrestler, because just like fucking these guys, Bret Hart was also boring as fuck. So yeah, no, it makes sense that these guys love Bret Hart and not like a Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock. But the bald guy wins, whoever he is, he wins, and then at the end of the match, they're fucking crying, and the guy has to go over and like wipe his tears away and like hold his eyes so nobody can see him cry. I mean, how pathetic. Fucking pathetic, man. You won a match against a bum. You're going to get knocked out in the next round anyway. You're sitting there crying over what? I mean, seriously. It's not like Shawn Michaels wins the title and, you know, like, oh, the boyhood dream has come true for Shawn. This guy, you won a match, mate. You won a fucking match against your tag team partner who has probably never won a singles match before in AEW, so, you know, it wasn't this massive fucking victory. It was a match against a bum, just like yourself. Both these guys, absolute bums. Then we move on to Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara in a ladder match for the AEW TNT Championship. And again, it feels like they do ladder matches all the time. I'm pretty sure they had a ladder match for the TNT Championship like 2 months ago, just before Cody left. Probably wasn't even 2 months ago, to be fair. But yeah, they had a ladder match. Scorpio Sky wins. Dan Lambert came in. Ty Conti kicked him in the nuts. Like, it sounded like a fucking explosion. It actually did sound like Dynamite. So AEW Dynamite, actually, the name was in the pudding there, as you call it. And then Paige Van Sant comes out and they're brawling. And like, Paige Van Sant's supposed to be this like MMA person. But you can, I think it's actually believable that she actually can get beat up, because if you look at her MMA record, she was not very good. So is it believable that maybe she's not going to come out and dominate like Ronda Rousey? Yes, but I think you would expect her to come up and at least, you know, kick Ty Conti's ass. It's not like Ty Conti's this like, you know, beast of a woman or, you know, massively trained fighter or anything like this. You know, she's more eye candy. So the fact that Paige Van Sant couldn't come out and Demolisher, I thought was a bit weak. And then Scorpio Sky and Sammy Guevara, they're fighting on top of the ladder. There's a spot with the women, they're on each other's back. They get knocked off the ladders. They both go for a super kick, both connect at the same time. Phony shit right there. Scorpio Sky, then Sammy Guevara's about to grab the ladder, about to grab the title. There's another ladder at the side of the ladder with barbed wire on it. Sammy Guevara gives the finger to Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky starts biting his finger. It's like, I guess, like that YouTube video, Charlie bit my finger, but only this time it's Scorpio bit my finger. Who cares? And then Scorpio pushes Sammy Guevara off, and Sammy Guevara lands backwards into the ladder that had barbed wire wrapped around it. So, you know what, there he goes. He falls off the ladder into a ladder with barbed wire. Scorpio Sky reaches up, goes to grab the belt. Out of nowhere, Sammy Guevara's back on his feet, climbs up the ladder. Scorpio Sky punches him, and Guevara falls off the ladder. Then Scorpio Sky lifts the belt and wins and retains the title. And I think this is like the third TNT champion title switch. No, it's the fourth. This is the fourth TNT championship title switch we've had in like 6 weeks. So, you know what the fuck is happening here? And it was such a stupid spot at the end. I mean, the guy literally fell off the ladder and crashed onto the ladder with barbed wire. Why is that not finishing it? Why the fuck is he getting straight back up and climbing the ladder again? This made zero sense. When Jeff Hardy faced The Undertaker, when Undertaker hit the chokeslam off the ladder, you didn't see Jeff, you know, bounce straight back onto his feet and then climb back up the ladder just for Undertaker to hit him with a right hand, and then that was the finish. You know, it was fucking retarded. The big impactful move should be the finish, not a stupid punch off the fucking ladder, right? This made absolute zero sense. They're just always trying to do something more, and sometimes less is more. But I guess you don't get that in AEW. But yeah, that's what we had up then. Then it was AEW. World Champion Hangman Page. I guess he's out with COVID at the moment, so he wasn't there. CM Punk was there though. He's coming out with an Owen Hart Foundation shirt. Did CM Punk ever fucking meet Owen Hart? I don't think so. Did CM Punk know Owen Hart? No. But is CM Punk kissing the ass of Owen Hart? Absolutely, yeah. I can guarantee you, right? See if Owen Hart was... Even if Owen Hart was still dead, but Owen Hart had a great relation with the WWE and Vince McMahon, and that fall never happened. If Owen Hart and Vince McMahon were like tight, the likes of CM Punk would not be kissing Owen Hart's ass. But because Owen Hart, you know, died tragically, and people pointing the finger at McMahon and WWE, that everyone's clinging on to Owen Hart and pretending that they loved Owen Hart and that they're the biggest Owen fan. And it's fucking sad. Just because the guy tragically died, and some people blame WWE, they're all jumping on the bandwagon and you know, pushing their love for fucking Owen Hart. So this was sick. Punk comes out and he says, I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to keep you from the great action. See, back in the day when The Rock came out, did The Rock ever say, I won't talk too much because I don't want to keep you from all the action? No, the people fucking came there to see The Rock talk. People wanted The Rock to talk. Nobody wants to hear what CM Punk's got to say, because all he's got to say is kiss fucking ass. He came into the ring, he put over Dax and the other guy, the bald guy, whatever his name is. Oh, what a match between the Revival. Because I remember Austin coming out and saying, oh, what a match between Funaki and Taka Michinoku. I remember Austin doing that all the time. This guy's an absolute bomb. And then he says, he promises the crowd, he can't promise a win, but he promises he's going to try his best or whatever against Hangman Page. He says that this is the best, the AEW is the best company he's been at with the most talent. Again, another dig at WWE. There's no fucking way this roster's more talented than the roster that CM Punk came into. I mean, even if you just look at even the fucking, what do you call it? OVW roster was better than this AEW roster, 100%. If you just look at who came out at OVW, that roster alone was better than this roster, 100%. And then Punk... he's saying about he didn't know if he could do this, but now he knows he can still hang, and just garbage. And he says that no disrespect to anyone apart from maybe Eddie Kingston, but they were just like a stepping stone on their way to his match with Adam Page. So, you know, 1 minute he's trying to put people over, he wants to work with guys in the mid card, and then he just basically buries them here. So whatever, and he says that if it wasn't for the crowd, if it wasn't for the fans, CM Punk wouldn't be at Double or Nothing. He says that as if Double or Nothing means absolutely not. outside the AEW fans, nobody knows what Double or Nothing is. And Double or Nothing doesn't even get any. It doesn't get any mainstream media. It doesn't get fuck all. It doesn't get any advertisements. It gets nothing. You look at WrestleMania, worldwide fucking thing. The weekend of WrestleMania, when the WrestleMania weekend's on, you know it's happening. Everybody in the world knows it's happening. When Double or Nothing, nobody knows it exists. So he's making out that him being at Double or Nothing is huge. Look at the fucking bombs that are going to be at Double or Nothing, man. It's an indie fest thing. I mean, anybody could be at Double or Nothing. I mean, I could probably lace up a pair of boots and go on the Double or Nothing card if I tried hard enough. But yeah, Punk absolutely sucks. I fucking hate the guy. I mean, in WWE in like 2011, 2012, 2013, he legit did seem like the second biggest, like, full-time guy there outside of Cena. He did feel big. But, I mean, how much of that was the WWE getting behind him? Because ever since then, what has he done? Don't get me wrong, his UFC fights, were, I guess, they did create interest, like, fair enough. But after he lost both of them, he just went back to crying on Twitter. He made a couple of shit movies, and now this AEW run has done his career, in my opinion. It's done his reputation a shitload of damage. And people say this is the best run of CM Punk's career. You have got to be, you've got to be high on something, man. You've got to be talking shit. How much do you hate the WWE to just blatantly lie and say that this is CM Punk's best run of his career? Absolute fucking madness. This run has been horrible. It really has been. But the thing is, should he beat Hangman Page? He should. And people are saying Hangman Page should retain. I don't think they know how wrestling works. No one cares about Hangman Page, right? No one knows who Hangman Page is. Hangman Page is not a star. He's had probably the worst, not probably, he's had by far the worst AEW World Title reign so far. And they need to get the belt off this guy. People are like, oh, Punk doesn't need the belt. What do you mean Punk doesn't need the belt? I mean, if you're one of the top drawing guys in the company, you need the belt. That's how it works. You get the belt. No, they put the belt on the top guys. They don't fucking just have the top guys there and put the belts on the mid-carders. That's not how it works, right? Maybe these people that never ran a company don't know shit, but if you look at McMahon, I mean, if you look at the WWE, throughout the history of WWE, how many times was the world champion not one of the top guys? I mean, let's be real, how many times was the world champion not one of the top guys? It's very rarely fucking happens. It very rarely... it doesn't happen. It does not happen. I mean, if you're the champion, you are like in the top 5. You're one of the top 5 guys. Sometimes, they'll go like I guess when Punk won the belt first time around, but that's because he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, and they're trying to elevate him to that next level. But I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you've got the championship belt, you are one of the top 2-3 guys in the company. So people saying that Punk doesn't need the belt and Hangman Page should be the champion, it is absolutely ludicrous. If you took away all titles, if you just lined up the AEW roster, honestly, where would Hangman Page be in terms of like just like star power and like name value, drawing ability? Where would he be in terms of a list? There's no way he'd be top 10. There's absolutely fucking no way he'd be top 10. Hangman Page, I mean, you've got all the ex-WWE guys, for starters, are higher than Hangman Page. You've got, like, even guys I don't like Kenny Omega is, higher up than Hangman Page. There is a shitload of guys higher up than Hangman Page. Hangman Page would be lucky if he's in the top 20. And that is an absolute fact. He would be lucky if he is in the top 20. So how this guy is the fucking champ, I do not know. Up next, we've got a street fight. Shida and Deeb in a Philly street fight. And it just seems like they're doing these gimmick matches like all the fucking time. And when you get like street fights and ladder matches every single week, it does take away from it. I mean, you've seen one, you've seen them all in AEW. Do they really need to have street fights every single week? Anyway, Serena Deeb wins, and I actually had to look up Serena Deeb's age, because I just assumed that she was in her mid-40s. She's actually only 35, which shocks me. I mean, straight up, honestly, there's no value in this Serena Deeb. She's approaching 40. She has a terrible look. She isn't really attractive. She's not really pretty. She's no character. There's no personality. There's no mic skills or anything like that. she might be a technician, but I mean, who's not? That's everybody's gimmick these days. Oh, I can wrestle. Everybody can wrestle in 2022, or at least they think they can wrestle, but there is no value in this Serena Deeb. But while I would say she is an okay technician, I think probably the best thing going for her is some sort of trainer role. And here, it just is what it is. In the wrestling business, especially being a woman, when you're approaching, like, this age, and you're not, like, you know, attractive, then there's not much for you. It's as simple as that. But anyway, she beat Shida. A bit surprising. I thought Shida would have won, but she didn't. And again, who cares? I mean, it was an okay street fight, but we've seen that's not the best women's street fight we've seen, far from it. Anyway, then we had, what did we have next? What the hell did we have next? We had Rey Fenix return. So there's some guy in the ring. Don't know who he is. He's dressed in like an Undertaker cloak kind of thing. The Black Order come out. They're trying to unmask some unknown Mexican guy. He says, don't you know it's like disrespectful to unmask a luchador's face or whatever he said, right? They walk down to the ring, they're going to beat him up. He said, oh, you guys are stupid, don't you realise what's happening here? Something along those lines. Pentagon Dark comes out, do not care for this guy. Pac comes out, do not care for this guy. And then Rey Fenix is the guy in the ring with the like cloak thing on. He takes it off. He's got a shovel that he doesn't even fucking use. I mean, this guy makes his return. He's got a shovel. He's one-on-one with Buddy Murphy, and he for the first like 30 seconds, he's getting his ass whooped. What a return that was. And everyone's chanting, holy shit, over Rey Fenix. I mean, this is just pathetic. Rey Fenix. A Rey Fenix return is getting a holy shit chant. I mean, holy shit is like, you know, I was going to say holy shit is when Mankind got thrown up there on the cell, but that wasn't a holy shit moment. You were more in shock. You know, you were looking on thinking, holy fuck, is that guy dead? You know, you weren't chanting holy shit like the Mark crowd these days, but Rey Fenix coming back from an injury or coming back from a return certainly isn't a holy shit moment. Then it was I don't know what they're called, the Dragon House of Black or whatever. They get knocked out by the two masked guys in Pac, so, I mean, garbage. Then it's the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Factory. Oh, I wonder who's going to win this one. During the match, William Regal was saying how Daniel Bryan is the best ever. This is sickening. Jim Ross is agreeing with him. And then William Regal is like, I only wish I could have been as good as Daniel Bryan. Fucking disgusting. And Jim Ross says to like Regal, well, you know, you were pretty good. And William Regal goes, yeah, but I wasn't as good as Daniel Bryan. And Jim Ross goes, yeah, well, no one is. I mean, fuck off. Really? No one's better than Daniel Bryan. Seriously. I mean, Daniel Bryan couldn't hold a fucking candle to Shawn Michaels, right? So, in terms of wrestling ability, I'm not listening to this. This kissing Daniel Bryan's this fucking arse, man. Like, this guy is a bum. Legit. The only reason he's fucking relevant is because of WWE and WrestleMania 30. I mean, the authority calling him a B+ player got him fucking over, and that is it. I mean, this guy is shite. The internet marks and the indie fanboys can love him, but fuck Daniel Bryan. I mean, he's nowhere near as good as Punk. Never mind, you know, the best ever. So, and Punk's not even near that. So, I mean, it is what it is. When Daniel Wheeler Yuta or whatever it's called wins with a roll up, fucking schoolboy pin in the shoulders maneuver, garbage. And then we have the Jericho Appreciation Society come out. One of the guys is speaking, don't know who he is. He's calling themselves entertainers. He is referring to the AEW fans as the AEW Galaxy. And again, it's more, you know, taking digs at WWE, taking shots at WWE. And Jericho here, Jericho should I think Jericho needs to fucking man up. He needs to be careful. Why is he continually in segments where they're burying the WWE? Why not just leave this shit company, go back to the WWE, and have one last run before you retire? Because this is shameful. This is not how I want Jericho to go out, you know, in a company that is every single segment bashing WWE. It is sad. I mean, you know quite rightly that if Jericho did go back to WWE, he could have one really good run. You know, there's lots of people for him to face. It makes sense. Whether he's heel or face, probably, I mean, maybe at this stage of his career, people want to cheer Jericho, which makes sense. But just stop the WWE bashing, man. It's so cringy. And I thought Jericho was above that. In fairness, he wasn't the one doing it, but he was in the segment, and they were literally taking shots at WWE every 10 seconds. And it's a contract signing. We're promised we're not going to get physical. And they're just taking more shots at WWE because WWE doing all their contract signings and all this crap. So, and then Kingston says, "I'm not a sports entertainer. I'm sick of this shit. I'm a wrestler." I mean, no, you're a fucking fat bum. That's what you are, Eddie Kingston. And that's the show, guys. Absolutely shocking. Another shite show. I'm going to give it a 0 out of 10. Aye, 0 out of 10. Shit. No, you know what, I'll give it a 1. I mean, the ladder match was... No, but then again, the finish of the ladder match was shit. I'm giving it a 0 out of 10. Fuck Dynamite, man. Fuck AEW, it's pish. Anyway, till next time. Peace.